Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Outdoor Olympus Small Wall Sconce. This is the 30-2401. So there are three sizes of this sconce. I happen to have the glass for all three sizes here in front of us. It's a good way for you to see kind of the ratio of sizes of how they kind of work together, okay? We're talking about the smallest one today. It's technically an outdoor wall sconce, but you can use this inside with no problem. It'd be great to use in a bathroom flanking mirrors, I think. Okay, let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 15 inches high from the bottom of the fixture to the very top of the fixture, 6.3 inches wide. Projection from the wall going out is 4.6, and the mounting height, which is the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the electrical outlet box, is coming in at 7.5. The back plate on this is 15.5. I want to show you a little bit more about that, including about that mounting height, because it's basically a center mount. However, the back of this is constructed with a lip on the back of it, like a little wall that's open in the back that goes up against your building, your house, whatever. That's going to allow you to actually have these wires coming in at different places. And if you look at the picture next to me, the picture's of a different sconce, but it uses the same setup. Lots of space back there for you to run wires all over the place. Okay, let's get into a couple other things. Let's get into the size of the glass. You'll want to know about that. It's using Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which we will talk more about in a little bit. 9.96 inches long, 2.99 inches in diameter, roughly 3 inches. It's going to make a big difference when we're talking about light bulbs, because some bulbs can't make it in, but most bulbs can make it in. And let's talk about that now. It's going to be using a medium base porcelain socket, so it's the good old-fashioned socket we all grew up with. It's a dimmable fixture. We'll get into dimming too in a second. What you can use inside of it, the recommended bulb is up to 100 watt halogen. This is a BT15 halogen. You know, it's kind of a funky shape. It's big enough to get inside of here, pump out a ton of light, and there's enough space on the side to cool it. A lot of you guys are going to be wanting to use LEDs. There's no limit to the LED that you can use in this other than can it make it inside the glass, and most LEDs can. An A20, which is a super big one, bigger than most of you guys are used to, won't make it in there. However, A19 bulbs, which are the ones that are the size of most light bulbs that we all grew up with, will make it in there. And they come in all kinds of different types. So remember these are the plastic coated ones. I can find this probably up to a 75 to 100 watt equivalent without a problem. This is a phosphorus LED. See the little orange lines hiding inside of there? Sometimes they're pads. I found this at Walmart using a General Electric dimmable 3000 Kelvin version, which I really like. And I found that in a 100 watt equivalent, and it got into this with no problem at all. Matter of fact, it might even be this one. There's also another one you can use if you want to. This is called a T10. T10s generally max out both incandescent at 60 watts and LED at 60 watt equivalents, but T10, and there's even a longer one. It's a T10, but it's just a longer length. That would probably come in at a 75 watt equivalent. It would kind of stretch the light higher up inside the glass. But you know what? Just hit any hardware store if you can. Pick up a couple of the 100 watt equivalent A19s and you're good to go. We'll talk about glass in just a second. I touched on dimming a second ago. Some of you guys are going to be using this in an outdoor patio, maybe an outdoor screened-in porch. Put it on a dimmer. If you guys are hanging out back there after dinner and you're drinking wine with your friends way into the night, you'll want to dim this down so it's almost like candlelight. There's no reason why you can't do that. Okay, it's coming in at 4 pounds. It's made out of aluminum and it's super, super light. Let's talk about LEDs one more time. Oh, one other thing is I want to talk to you about the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on the side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. You can open up that for me. That's going to have a full parts list. It's going to show you how the glass goes on. It just slides over the top. The glass is closed on top. It's very, very thick glass if you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge. And the whole idea is the wind's going to go around it, so it's perfect for extreme weather. Hail hitting this is not going to, most likely is not going to break it unless it's a football size hail thing. But most of you are never going to have that. But anyway, it's an incredibly durable glass and it's very thick, so it's something that I want you guys to know about. Okay, now let's talk about those light bulbs again. So when you get talking about LEDs, I always talk about the color of the light coming out of LEDs. And it's kind of like the whiter it is, the bluer it is, daylight it is, you get more lumens out of it. However, a lot of people don't really like that blue light. and that's 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. On the other side of that is called, well, I don't know the name of it exactly, but it's 2,700 Kelvin, and that's like the light of a setting sun. That's like super yellow light. That's usually used like in a living room, places like that, where you're looking, or dining room, where you're looking to make it very yellow and pale like that. In the middle of all that is called warm white, and warm white is going to be what's coming down on us right now. So this is warm white LED coming down on my hands. It's a nice warm light. It looks a lot like incandescent light. It's 3,000 Kelvin, so 3000 K on the Kelvin scale. When you're out looking at light bulbs and you pick up the box, you're going to see this little chart, and the chart's going to begin at 2,700 Kelvin, or 2,700. It's going to end probably about 4,000 on the other thing, and have a little arrow is going to be on it, kind of showing you what that light bulb is on that spectrum. So 3,000 Kelvin is the one that I choose for our showroom all the time, and I think it's probably going to be pretty good for you. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the ends. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. They're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't, I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's talk about something else. Same kind of idea. They only use aircraft grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting, and the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in harsh, extreme weather. When you go out and you're out in the world, look up and you'll see those jet airlines flying up there way above your head. They're all made out of aluminum for a reason, because it holds up beautifully, it welds beautifully, it doesn't rust, it's very light, and it's just the best material to use outside. So on top of that, they have developed these outdoor baked epoxy powder coats that can go over this and make them pretty much indestructible, and we're going to talk about that right now. So how they do this, you'll notice in the picture next to me, there's a picture of a woman, and she's actually shooting powdered finish at the fixture. And they take the fixture, let's say this is the fixture to begin with, okay? They wire it up with a wire here, a wire coming down. They run a small amount of electricity through it to make it positive. And what that does, it makes it attract everything around it. So when she's over there spraying little bits of powdered finish, what it's going to do, it's going to go over the entire fixture. It's going to get into every nook, every cranny, top, bottom, sides, the whole thing. They're going to take that fixture, they're going to put it into an oven. That's going to melt that down and make it into a hard epoxy shell. And it makes it incredibly strong. Because they do this, and these things have been tested in these wind chambers where they have shot salty seawater at them, basically, because that's what's going to happen on a beach, right, where a lot of these things are going to end up. They had to really do that to make sure that they're going to hold up for you. And because they have done that, they offer the best warranty for the entire lighting industry. And you can see that over on the left-hand side of your screen. Limited lifetime warranty for residential use, and check it out, and it'll really make you feel better about their products. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about our showroom in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We actually have a What's on Display page on our website. It's over in the red tabs over on the left-hand side of your screen, so you can open up that and check it out. Showroom has also a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal for you. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you guys are going to come visit us, do me a favor, bring a big SUV, if you can, if you have one, only because the boxes are set up for shipping. Measure everything you can think of. So measure with a measuring tape, measure your ceilings, measure counters, tables, distances between junction boxes and things like ceilings, because if you're looking, you want to make sure when you're looking at these things that they're going to be able to be used by you for your needs, okay? And then also bring an iPad. If you guys are doing a project and you have a tablet laying around at home, take pictures with that. Take pictures, and you can bring that tablet in, and we can go through all those pictures together and look and see what you guys are doing, and I can help you out on that, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, generally big things on pallets and custom things, are going to be non-returnable. We'll always tell you that on the page for it, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on top of all that, we offer a rush program. So in order for you to get all of these different finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. It takes generally about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it is super, super inexpensive. A lot of people don't even know about it. If you want to know about it, the best thing to do is just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. You can also call 802-446-2400 during business hours. And so I'm here every day except Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to talk to me. And then you can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So I think that kind of wraps things up on this. You guys have any questions at all, let me know. Thank you for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.